What's up, guys? It's your man Donovan Sharpe, and today I'm going to talk about a story I saw on World Star Hip Hop entitled, "This Generation is Cooked. Dude gets 4 chicks pregnant at the same time and celebrates with all of them at the baby shower." Guys, this baby daddy has got to be one of the dumbest people I have ever seen or heard of. I mean, we all love bedroom fun, right? I mean, I get that the pursuit of the opposite sex is encoded in our DNA as men and that we are biologically designed to spread our seed. But bruh, smashing 4 chicks at the same time and not using protection is just flat out stupid. Dude, this is low IQ behavior and should not be celebrated or exalted. Like, look, man, get your sausage wet, have a great time, smash these 304s to sleep, clap all the cheeks. I'm not going to throw shade on any dude who wants to build a rotation of chicks. I got no problem with that. But to be so reckless with your sausage and knock up 4 different women at the very same time is just irresponsible. We talk a lot about what a high value man is, what a high value man isn't. And there are sections of this community who believe that the more cheeks a man can clap, then the higher his value must be. Well, I think it's safe to say that anyone paying attention knows this now to be 712% false. And this story is the unequivocal evidence of this. The fact of the matter is that there are a lot of lowlifes out here who are great at clapping cheeks, but not really much else. He's 6'3", he's got washboard abs, has 10 pair of Jordan 11s, the most beautiful shoe ever created, by the way. And his beard game and his thread game's always on point. But he lives with his mama, works at Burger King, and doesn't own a vehicle. All this dude is really good at is smashing. And with 4 kids on the way, he shouldn't have time really for much else. But you can bet your bottom dollar that he's probably still out here slinging his unwrapped sausage and knocking up these chicks by the half dozen. However, as reprehensible as this guy's behavior is, the real indictment is on the women he pregnated. Gentlemen, I've been telling you guys for years that modern women have been brainwashed to reward the men who treat them like garbage and punish the men who treat them like ladies. These 4 chicks had to know that he was clapping the cheeks of other girls. But unfortunately, their flawed firmware, which was essentially reprogrammed by feminism and the obviously biased media, actually made this dude more attractive to them. Yeah, there was probably a lot of drama. There was probably a lot of yelling and screaming and fighting between the girls. But if we know anything about modern women, is that they are drawn to chaos. Guys, they're allergic to stability. This generation of women foolishly mistake stability for boredom. And this is why we see them jumping into bed with dudes like this on the regular. When guys see stories like this, they always ask themselves, why do women chase these D-bags all the time? Why are girls so loyal to guys who treat them so poorly? Those are all very good and valid questions, but the answers are simple. One of the main reasons women reward lowlifes while punishing the men who are actually good to them is that they know it's what they deserve. They know that because they've shared their bodies with so many men, they don't deserve to be with good men. So when a man treats her with kindness, respect, and courtesy, she actually gets upset because she thinks subconsciously, how the hell does this guy not know I am not worthy of this treatment? I've got a pink and green weave. I've got a bull ring in my nose and on my lady bits. I've got a giant tattoo on my thigh. I've got 3 kids by 2 different men. Well, actually, it's about to be 4 kids by 3 different men, but I go to the club every Saturday night, and I told him I still talk to my ex who's clapping the cheeks of 3 other girls. Why is this guy so damn clueless? Gentlemen, I want you to listen and listen good, because the way I am about to explain this particular behavior will crystallize this seemingly inexplicable behavior. And you will once and for all understand why modern women behave this way. So turn up your volume and take notes. Modern women positively loathe men who do not recognize them for who and what they are, and they will punish these guys with the fury of 1,000 suns. I explained this particular concept in depth in one of my best ebooks to date, The 49 Laws of Sharpe. Never treat her like a lady if she is a She will punish you with the fury of 1,000 suns for not recognizing her for what she truly is and treating her accordingly. One of the ironclad rules a man who is unplugged from the matrix should burn into his brain is that he should never ever treat a like a lady. The common adage, the better you treat her, the worse she'll treat you, applies directly to this law. The reasons punish men who treat them well is because they know they are not worthy of such treatment. Sure, they will tell the world that they deserve a good man, a good life, to be treated like a queen, and so forth. But deep down, to know that they are worth nothing more than the orgasms their 3 holes provide men. Understanding this reality, they punish men for not knowing any better. Further, don't know how to act when a man of value actually treats her with respect. This is a foreign concept to her. So when being treated with such reverence and respect, they act out, misbehave, and unconsciously sabotage the relationship so that they can be thrown back to the men who treat them like the men they know they truly deserve. But the long and the short of it is that 304s hate men who do not recognize their 304s. The other reason, the more important reason that sausage smokers treat good men terribly is because chaos, drama, turmoil, and dysfunction, it's all they know. The best comparison I can think of is comparing these girls to criminals or ex-cons who have been institutionalized by prison. And if that sounds a little confusing, don't sweat it. Stay with me. I'm going to bring this around. When ex-cons get out of prison after a lengthy sentence, a lot of them simply don't know how to act. They can't handle freedom. They can't handle choice. All they know is 3 hots and a cot, being told when to take a piss, when to eat, when to sleep, and having eyes in the backs of their heads all the time so they don't get shanked on the yard by a gang member. They've been in prison for so long that they've become institutionalized. Morgan Freeman's character, by the name of Red in The Shawshank Redemption, which is the best movie I've ever seen, encapsulates this concept perfectly when talking to his best friend in prison, Andy Dufresne, played by Tim Robbins.
You knock it off? Brooks ain't no bug. Just institutionalized. Institutionalized my ass. The man's been in here 50 years, Haywood. 50 years. This is all he knows. In here, he's an important man. He's an educated man. Outside, he's nothing. Just a used-up con with arthritis in both hands. Probably couldn't get a library card if he tried. You know what I'm trying to say?
Red, I do believe you're talking out of your ass.
You believe whatever you want, Floyd. But I'm telling you, these walls are funny. First you hate them, then you get used to them. Enough time passes, you get so you depend on them. That's institutionalized.
That conversation happened out on the yard after Crooks, the old man they're discussing, attacked another inmate thinking that they'll let him stay in prison if he commits a crime. This is a concept in the legal community known as recidivism. Recidivism is described in part as an institutionalized person who reoffends on purpose for the explicit purpose of getting back to the environment they're most comfortable in, which is prison. Guys, I'm here to tell you, modern women are exactly the same way. All they know is getting treated like garbage, being verbally and sometimes even physically desuba spelled backwards, getting cheated on, constant turbulence, constant drama, the list goes on and on. So when they have an opportunity with a decent guy, they freak out just like Crooks did. Then they quote-unquote reoffend, if you will, to get thrown right back to the men who treat them like garbage. Because despite the physical and mental wear and tear, it's what they're most comfortable with. This is exactly where a lot of modern women find themselves today. They've been given parole, if you will, for some reason or another. And because they're not sure of what awaits them on the outside, they get anxious. They have no idea how they will respond to good treatment from good men. And like Crooks, this scares them to death. They couldn't handle freedom in their 20s and made a bunch of bad decisions, which got them thrown into prison with these men who don't give a damn about them. Much the same way Crooks, who also couldn't handle freedom when he was younger, he made choices that got him landed in real prison. Any woman who rewards bad treatment but punishes good treatment should be used for recreational use only. Do not commit anything to these women outside of your pork and beans. I explain this in much more depth and detail in my ebook, How to Properly Vet Women for Long-Term Relationships. Find the link in the description. The bottom line here, guys, is the fact that even though this story raised our eyebrows and caused us to click on it and watch the video, we're not surprised by this in the least. We are not surprised that 4 women allowed themselves to be impregnated by the same man and that they likely knew he was clapping the cheeks of other women. They're having this baby shower like this is something to celebrate. But there is nothing to celebrate here. Every one of these women and their children will become statistics, and the baby daddy will continue putting babies in women just like this, which will further propagate the continuing decline of the dating and relationship landscape. Join us today at 4:30 Eastern for our daily dating show breakdowns exclusively on Rumble. Reality dating shows, despite what a lot of you might think, are a great source of education for men who seek to understand the true nature of women. And these dating shows never, ever fail to highlight the degradation of modern women because they verify everything we discuss in this community on a regular basis. And look, man, we have a great time over there because I can be completely unfiltered, unlike here on YouTube. Right now, we are breaking down the end of season 13 of Married at First Sight. We're at the end where the couples decide whether to stay married or get a divorce. And so far, it's lived up to our expectations. When we're finished with this season, we're going to start another dating show called, get this, Naked and Afraid of Love. It's a dating show where they put a bunch of men and women on an island to date each other. You guessed it, naked. Can't make this stuff up, guys. So scan the QR code on your screen and set a reminder for 4:30 Eastern if you want to get the best play-by-play analysis in real time and flatten your learning curve in terms of navigating today's dating market. Thanks for watching.